Good evening, good evening, good evening. So, I'm going live today because one of the victims of this cult, the Abbas Heart, the Joy Solomon's cult that my sister joined, one of the victims, the parents is going to be joining me live today. So, I want to hear from them because we are the ones that have been going on live, we're the ones that have been out there, but we just want to let people know that there are other families too that are also affected, and one of them would be joining us this evening. So I'm waiting for them so that I can invite them to join live. So let's just give them some minutes. Okay, let's see. Ibiyemi, welcome. So we're doing this live because we want to have a conversation. Good evening, welcome. We want to have a conversation with the family, the father and the mother of one of the victims of that cult, the Abbas Heart, the one that Joy Solomon started. So I'm waiting for them. I wish that I'd asked them for their Instagram handle so I could add them. So if you're watching me, sir, look for where on the screen where you can be able to ask to be invited to join this so I can add you to this live. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. I see everyone. I wish I can mention the names, but basically we're doing this live because I want us to have a conversation with one of the parents of the victims of that cult. So Adrian is not the only one that has been missing that we've not heard from. There are other people also, and one of them, the parents are going to be joining me live today so that we can have a conversation around this. Sir and Ma, if you're watching me, please look around the screen. You'll see somewhere where you can click to ask to be joined to this live, and I will accept you. Or if you can hear me, please put the name of your Instagram handle on the comments. So maybe I will search for you and invite you, whichever way. So you can ask to be joined, or I can invite you. Okay, I've sent the request. Let's see if you can join. Good evening, everyone. So we're still talking about where's Adrian, and today is not just only about Adrian, but also about other victims. Okay, good evening, sir. Good evening, Ma.
Good evening.
Good evening. Okay, thank you, sir. I can hear you. Can you hear me, sir? Hello?
How are you?
What is it? Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you very much for joining this live. So I would just ask you to introduce yourself so that the people can know who you are and who your son is and how he joined this group.
Not good inside.
It's fainting from your hand.
What did you say?
I said it's fainting. Your voice is fainting.
Okay, it might be the network. But can you hear me?
Okay, we can hear you.
It is better now.
Okay, thank you very much. So, sir, can you introduce yourself to the people so they can know who you are, who your son is, and how we joined this group, and the last time you heard from him? Just tell us the story about it, so people can also know that it's not only my sister Adrian that is also missing, but you also have somebody.
Thank you, sir. My name is Pastor Segun Odeyale. I live in Lagos, in the group precisely. This is my wife, Mrs. Odeyale. Folashade Odeyale. I am the father to Remilekun, and this is the mother. What happened was that we have been suspecting foul play when he told us that he was going to join a group called Abba Ministry. So then I stood my ground because he's not living with us. He's living alone. So when he told me, he said he was to register for a school, that the money, he have to pay the money in dollar.
$300,000.
Whether $300, I cannot say.
Okay,
but later he came to me. He said a miracle has happened. I said, what was that miracle? He said somebody he didn't know has paid for the school fees. I said, anything that is free is dangerous. Why must you go to this school? He's a child of Remy was a child of God. Very, 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 very good when we talk about Christian life. So I started warning him because I was not at peace with it. Eventually he joined, but I realized that some things begin to change about him. One day he came to our house. He told us that he had a quarrel with his fiancée. What happened? He said the way he went to the guest house and seeing the hair that he put on, that the girl was started quarreling with him. I told him, let me see the hair, because he was with cap. So when he removed the cap, I discovered that my son has tainted the hair. So with anger, I left the room. I left himself with the mother. The mother talked to him, and the mother came to apologize on his behalf that he was going to dye the hair. So later he told me that he was not going to walk again, that God told him that not to walk. I said it is not possible. God cannot tell you not to walk, because Bible says that the hand that does not walk need not to eat. Are you going to be feeding yourself? He said that was what Abbas said. So later he disconnected from all his clients. Remy is a computer. Is a computer. He's a professional computer scientist. So he is into programming. He had many clients. So he disconnected with all of them. So I started giving him warning that all this is not written in the Bible. The Bible, you know. So when I started warning him, so he started quarreling with me. Later, he stopped coming to us. Until August last year, when I had domestic accident, so he had to come over to come and see me. So when he came, in fact, I was very ashamed that day, because as he was planning to go with his junior brother, some of my church members came here. I am a pastor, and they saw him with the kind of hair that he has.
Yes, yeah.
He has bare his hair. So we were very, very afraid. We started praying for him. So he said that was what Abbas said, that the ministry God was given to him is to minister unto people like that. That night, after I prayed, I had God telling me that he is a God of all flesh, that if he wanted Remy to appear in any color, he doesn't need to do it in an artificial way, that he, God, can do it. I told him all this, but he never believed. Sometimes last year, maybe around August, after August, he told the immediate junior brother, he told that one that the guy that was living with him, Michael, was no longer with him. So the boy that came to your office with your sister, that's Michael. He was living with my son. He was living in my son's house. So I now ask the other guy that, did they tell you where the boy is? Do they fight? He said no, that he asked him that. He said they did not fight. And I went to his house on the 14th of October last year. I went with my last daughter. So I called him, I said, come, somebody living with you is no longer with you. I cannot reach with him. Did he tell his parents? He said no, that he didn't want anybody to know where he was. I took another reach. I said, well, this is dangerous. I will go and tell his parents unless he can unblock me on phone and let me speak with him. So I came home on the 15th of October in the morning. My son called my wife that they should persuade me not to go and meet the parent of Michael. I now said, no, I will go because it's dangerous. I know the parent knows me. If anything happens to Michael, they will first of all meet with me to take them to Remy's house, to my son's house. So later, when my wife told him that I did not agree, that I threatened to go, he called me. In fact, he quarreled with me seriously that day. He
Sorry,
said if
sir.
I should go ahead,
Who
that
called you?
my son called me.
Okay.
He said if I should go to Michael's parents, that the relationship between son and father between us, that he was going to cut it, this and that. I said, do whatever thing you want. So not quite long, Michael now called me. And I told Michael, it was Remy that asked you to call me. He said, yes. Why do you leave Remy's house? Do you people quarrel? He said, no, that they did not quarrel, that they do talk. Then why don't you let your parents know where you are? Not even your sister Tosin that was closer to you. He said he didn't want anybody to know. Okay, where are you? He said he was at Ifewara. I was even thinking that maybe he was at Daddy Adeboye's mountain, Mount Carmel. I said, are you at Mount Carmel? He said, no, that he was doing something at Ifewara, that he will soon live there, this and that. That was what I now told him. I said, come, call your parents. Tell them that you are no longer with my son. The boy promised that to call them. I didn't find out whether he called. So on January 24 this year, my son called my wife. He said, where is Daddy? My wife told him that we were together. He said, okay, you should put the phone on speaker, that he wanted to speak with two of us. From his sermon that day, he said he has been struggling with Abba, that Abba has compulsory for him to go on hiding, that after that day that we will not be able to reach with him, we will not be able to connect with him, that he is coming back whenever Abba asks him to come back. You know, as a father, I was just crying that I cannot understand this gospel, because I understand what the Bible says. So later he asked my wife, he said, let me speak with Daddy. And my wife told him that Daddy is crying. He said, I better tell your husband not to cry, that he has been crying, that he's supposed to have gone for a very long time.
He's struggling.
That he was struggling with Abba. That was the way he put it. Finally, he left. He caught the call. And since that day, we didn't get him on food. We did not get him on food. He even told us that the house he was living, that he has packed out of that house, that he's somewhere now. My wife troubled him. Tell us where you are. He didn't tell anybody. That was the last time we spoke together. We tried him on phone, on Facebook, on Instagram. No way. I couldn't get him since then. Not until the week that you sent a link, that they sent that link to me. In fact, I begin to have fear when somebody called me that they were trying to reach with Remy, and that person is a very close friend to Michael, that they couldn't get Michael, that they could not reach with them. And I said, yeah, neither me, I can't reach with them. And that one I said, he saw a video clip that he was going to send the link to us. That was the link of how your sister came to your office in Abuja with two girls and one guy. We now discovered that the only guy that was with them was my son's friend, Mike Mbe. So that was the angle now, the area where we knew that something serious has happened to us. We begin to do press button. No way, we couldn't. I even went to Michael dad. That one too. It's helpless.
Then somebody, the junior brother with fiance, they go to their house, sir. The house that he left. They meet a woman there. This is something that surprised us now. The woman now told them that he discussed with Remy January this year, sir. Then something that makes us amazed is that how can somebody that is moving out of the house and the person that is coming in, how do they get connected together?
To know themselves.
To know themselves. Automatically, maybe the woman swap.
Maybe they swap.
They swap them.
Maybe they swap.
Because he doesn't have reason to know him.
Unfortunately now, when my son was renting that house, I was the one that signed the guarantor for, but unfortunately, I don't have the details of the caretaker again. I don't have the number of the caretaker. For me to even go and meet with the caretaker to find out whether we can enter that room. We know the property my son was having. Whether he even move anything out, we don't know. So
So
Nigeria, please help us.
The woman need to be questioned because they used to talk sometimes. Please help us. So
okay, sir.
the boy will be 32 years this year.
August 6.
Through this woman ministry, I can't say it ministry, through this woman court, he tell my son that the girl that he's dating is not his wife.
He cut away with the girl.
He said that he cut away with
A girl that we
her.
have gone to the house, to the family of the girl, to introduce herself as father and mother. In fact, they were to pick dates of marriage, but we insisted that they should go on marriage counseling.
Wow.
Please, I have to leave. My wife will be with you.
Okay.
I have to leave. Yeah, thank you, sir.
Thank you
God
very
bless
much,
you.
sir. Thank you, sir. Wow. So sorry, ma'am. So sorry for everything. In fact, hearing your story, I just realized it's similar to my sister's own story. The same way she left, moved out of the house, and it's so sad that you are going through what you're going through, knowing that your son is somewhere and is refusing to call home, all because
Yes.
somebody is brainwashing
Then let
you.
me tell you another thing.
Okay,
The
ma'am.
junior brother, that week that the noise was so.
Hello, ma'am. Can't hear you. Okay, I think network would have affected. Please, if you can still hear me, can you type on the chat that you can hear me? Let me know if it's not from my own end, because I can't hear how, or rather, it's looking like the network is affecting our own side. Okay, so I think the network has affected her. Wow, wow, wow. So if you just joined along the way, that was Remy's parents. That thank you. Okay, someone said who can hear me. Okay, that was Remy's parents that we just had on this live video. So Remy happens to be one of the victims of this Abbas Heart cult that my sister Israel joined. So during that time when we started making a lot of noise, some people reached out to me that their own siblings or children are part of the group. So recently decided that I'll be having live videos with this members of the families of the victims, so we can hear their own story, and we can also see how we can keep pushing this thing, because I know a lot of people are thinking that we're not doing anything again, like we've all given up. No, we've not. We've not. We've gotten the security agencies to know about it so that investigation can begin. And we can't give certain details because we know that this Judge Solomon and our people, they obviously will be watching these videos and they would be trying to know what our moves are so that they also can be acting based on the information. So that is why we're trying not to give information out there. I know a lot of people have been asking, so what's happening and the rest. So we just want you to know that we've not heard from any one of them. So the last time Adriel came live and she did that video saying that she's okay and all that stuff was the last time anyone heard from her. People have tried to reach out through that Instagram account that she opened. It has not been going through. It's obvious that they just opened that Instagram account just for her to do that video, and since then they've not she has not been active on that Instagram account. So for those of you that joined late, I'll just give a recount of the video of what the parents of Remy said. So Remy Remy happens to be somebody that is also part of the group. Now maybe when I'm going to upload this video again after this live, probably I'll look for Remy's picture and attach it to this video, and so in case anybody sees Remy too, they can look out for him. So if you remember the video that Elichan put up when Adrian, my sister, came to the office to meet me and my other sister and was asking us why we were looking for her. This was in January, about I think January 20th or so. And she came and she was really angry at us. Why were we looking for her? Because at that time, when we've not heard from her for a long time, we started asking different people. We started looking for people that were part of this group, people that probably were seeing their videos online that talked about this group. So we started reaching out to them, even though at that time they had all disabled all their accounts online and the rest. So we started reaching out to them. Probably those people also told my sister that, told Adriel that we're reaching out, we're looking for us. So Adriel came, shouted everything. Thank God that we recorded that, because when they came into the office, they were holding their phone, they were recording. I remember we told them to stop recording, they kept recording, told them to leave the office, the other ladies and the guys to leave the office. They didn't want to leave. So we picked up our phone, and I picked up my phone, started recording them. So in that video, I was able to capture the two ladies that were in that video, Fumi Obembe, one other lady, I keep forgetting her name, and the guy. So the guy's name is Michael. So we're able to get that clip, and we just posted just a short part of that clip on Instagram. You can see it in my it's there in my Instagram account and also in NHM. Now when we put up that video, now this parents that just was in this live video, Remy's parents, they saw the guy in that video, and that guy in that video, his name is Michael. So when they saw that video, in fact, somebody sent them the video. They saw that the guy in that video, his name is Michael, and they were alarmed because they had not heard from their son, according to them, since January 24th this year. So Michael, so their son's name is Remy. So, but the guy in that video, whose name is Michael, was staying with their son. So their son name is Remy. Remy was staying alone. Remy is, according to the parent, Remy is 32 years old. He'll be 32 this year. So Remy was staying on his own. I think he said somewhere in a cartoon in Lagos. I'm not too sure. Remy was staying alone. So this his friend Michael that was in that video was staying with Remy. So it's obvious that probably Michael was the one that got Remy into that group. Either way around, either Michael got Remy or Remy got Michael, but it's looking like Michael got Remy into that Abbas Heart cult. And so according to the father, they noticed that, I'll just give some things I jotted down, that Remy, they first noticed that, okay, one of the things they said was that according to Remy the son, the lady that Remy was dating, that they were meant to get married. In fact, according to the fact, they should have gotten married, but the father wanted them to do things the right way. They should do premarital counseling. So they were meant to. In fact, they said both parents had seen each other and they were already looking forward to it. But the cult, that's Abbas Heart, told them, and I believe it's George Solomon, told the Remy guy that he couldn't go ahead to marry that lady, and that was how the relationship ended. So you can see one of the impacts is that they controlled the guy to the point where the guy severed his relationship with his fiance, the person was meant to get married to. Then also Remy dyed his hair, and if you heard, the father is a pastor. Now imagine a pastor that raised the son in a certain way, not seeing his son suddenly dyed his hair, was to him it was embarrassing because that was not the way he had raised the son. So he noticed that. Then another thing again, he noticed that Michael, Remy the son, stopped working. Now according to the father, Remy is a professional computer scientist, a programmer. He had clients, so Remy was somebody that was busy doing something. But because of this same Abbas Heart, Remy stopped working. He stopped working, and according to, he said it was the George Solomon and so that told him to stop working. Then also, it said it stopped communicating with the parents. But before then, the Michael that was in that video, Remy's friend, left the house because he was staying with Remy, left the house, and when he left the house, they didn't know where he was. And so the father was alarmed because the father knows Michael's parents. So the father was wondering why Michael would have left his son's house. And so the father told the son, at that time the son had not left, the son was still staying there. So the father told the son, that's Remy, to told his son that he was going to go and look, he was going to go and tell Michael's father about the son's whereabouts, about Michael's whereabouts, because he was going to be held responsible. If Michael's father comes out and says, "Where's my son? My son was staying with your own son, Remy." So, but Remy's own son threatened the father that he should not go and talk to Michael's father about Michael's whereabouts. But the father now said, if you don't want me to talk to his father, then let Michael come out and talk to us, because at that time Michael had started excommunicating himself from people and the rest. So later Michael called Remy's father and told him he was somewhere, I think he mentioned a place in Fairwell or somewhere, and just gave him some stories and the rest. that it was okay, it was blah 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 and everything. But the point is that before they knew it, Remy himself now called his father. In fact, he said at that time Remy's communication with the father started reducing. October 14, the father, I think, had an accident, domestic accident. Remy came home to visit the father. But by January 24th this year, Remy called the mom and told the mom he wanted to speak with the father and wanted to speak with both of them, and told them that he will be going into hiding. The same thing that Adriel did and other people, that was going to be going to hiding as instructed by Abba. You know, in that cult, they call God Abba, as per Abba Father. And after that particular day, they stopped. After that particular day, they didn't hear from Remy anymore. And later they said something that the younger brother, went to Remy's house where Remy was staying. They saw a woman in Remy's house. That was, I think, after that point, network probably took the mother out and the rest. So I wanted us to do this live so that people can see that there are many people involved and it's deeper than we thought. So it's not just Adriel that is just deciding to want to stay away from family. It wasn't just at the way she's making it look, or they are making it look like as if there was a family issues between Adriel and the family. No, it's just the way those people operate. You get people, you brainwash them, hypnotize them, do whatever you do to them, get them to excommunicate themselves from family, pull them away from their jobs and everything, so that they can become only God knows what. Anyway, just also wanted to let us know that there are many other family members involved. If you know Remy or you know Michael, I'm going to put out their pictures maybe in the next post. If you know them and you see them anywhere, please get to the nearest security agencies, police, DSS, or whatever, because we don't know where these people are. Neither of them have reached out to their parents. Probably tomorrow also, I'm going to be having another live with a family member of another victim. I'm going to continue doing it, as many of them we can reach out to that will be willing to come out. And I just want to say this to Remy: if you can watch this video, I wish that your mom could be back. Probably I will get your mom to speak to you directly. If you can watch this video, Remy, it is not, maybe when you become a parent, you understand this. The greatest love a parent has is for his children. And you don't understand the pain your parents are feeling at this moment, knowing that you are somewhere they can't reach you. I pray you can see this video, and I pray that you will realize how you are causing your parent pain. And I pray that your eyes will be open and you will come back home. I'll just end here. I want to say thank you everyone for joining this live video. Tomorrow we're going to go live again. Probably if I can put up a post and give an announcement of the time so that anybody that wants to join can be notified about it and can join. I'm going to also put up this video. I'm going to after this live, I'm going to edit it so I can put the picture of Remy and put a picture of Michael. Then I will upload the video again. Please, when I upload this video, please share this video. Then also on my YouTube page over Daniels, I do I talk more on YouTube, because I noticed that Instagram would usually cut the video when it gets to 15 minutes. And so a lot of times you don't see the full video. So I said, okay, let me put it up on YouTube so that people can get more information. So I started talking about signs that people should look out for. Signs that I wish I knew earlier on, that when I began to see those signs, I probably would have acted fast. And I realized that we all know those symptoms, those signs, when you notice a sibling, someone you know, a friend or so, begin to depict the signs before they go far where you can't reach them again, you'll be able to do something and pull them away and get them to see that they are going a slippery path. So I want to say thank you, everyone. We're still on this journey in getting Adrian and all these family members out of the grip of Joy Solomon. We want you to know that we're doing everything we can. If there's any way you can support, if there's any link you have with somebody in any of the security agencies, please reach out to us and let's see how we can pull this to a stop. Thank you very much. God bless you. And I'll see you the next time we go live. Bye.